All right, what's up, family? Back with another video. Even though it's been a little minute, and I keep breaking my promises, saying I'm consistently upload. But I want to get into a little about that today, and a little about pretty much the mindset shift that I'm going through right now, and what I'm going through, and why I'm going through it right now. Also, I want to talk about my brand. I want to talk about the channel. We're going to be going in a different direction in this channel. So let me get into that first. First, I want to get into my brand. So I'm based in the Midwest. I have a company called Stashing Dough. And to be pretty much, my company more than anything is kind of like a media company, and maybe I'm still finding my niche, but it's kind of like a media company. I want to be a motivational speaker. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a what I want to do is I want to speak to the people in the hood. I want to speak to the people, the poor people. I want to speak to the people who are down and out in life and trying to come up. I want to speak to the minority, you know what I'm saying, of America, you know what I mean? And I want to let everyone know and give people a way, let everyone know that first of all, you can come up. I don't care what you're going through right now. It don't matter. You can come up. We in America. We in one of the most prosperous countries in the world, and we are blessed to be Americans just based off the opportunity that we have here. So, but we have to untrain and retrain our mind. You know what I'm saying? Then what we've been taught, how we've been taught to act, what we've been taught is cool and not cool and shit like that, pretty much, right? I'm trying not to curse a lot in this channel because I want to speak to the younger people as well as the older people, the middle-aged people. Like I wouldn't consider myself middle-aged, but I'm 30. You know what I mean? So I want to speak to my generation, also to the younger generation. So I'm not gonna try to curse as much. But pretty much what my company stands for, what the name stands for more than anything. We'll get deeper into what the company stands for later in videos as I'm working things out. But what the name Stashing Dough stands for is exactly what it says, stashing dough. You know what I mean? I feel like as poor people, a lot of times we're not really taught to stash money. You know, we may be kind of taught, we're not even really taught to save money. A lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of us are broke. We have no assets. I mean, no stocks. We have no real estate. Credit in the dump. You know what I'm saying? No savings. We just pretty much living paycheck to paycheck, right? And so what the name Stashing Dough stands for is stashing dough, right? Stashing bread, money. You know what I mean? I use slang a lot. You know what I mean? I'm from the hood, so I use slang and I don't really talk what would be considered correct. So stashing bread, stashing money, right? And I feel we should have multiple stash spots. I feel we should have multiple stash spots. You know what I mean? For example, one of my stash spots, which I'm starting when I get home today, is the shoebox, right? Pretty much I'll be taking every dollar I got and putting in the shoebox. Also, I'll be taking at least 1% of my check every week and just throwing the cash in the shoebox, right? Which is what I would call a stash spot. Another stash spot is the piggy bank. You know what I'm saying? I'm buying a piggy bank. Probably not this Friday, but next Friday. I'm buying a piggy bank, and I'm already started saving all the change. Any penny, nickel, anything I see, I put it in my book bag. But starting next week, I'll be putting that. I'm buying a piggy bank, and I'll be putting that in the piggy bank. So that's another stash spot. The savings account, that's a stash spot, right? The stock market, that's a stash spot, right? So I feel like we should have multiple stash spots, right? We should have money working for us. We should have emergency stash spot because the one savings account, really I feel like you need two savings account. You need one savings account where you're just stacking up, where you just allocate money every week or bi-weekly or monthly, or however you get paid, add money to that savings account. Then you should have emergency savings account, which you should keep a certain amount in. You know what I mean? It can be different from everybody. My number is I want to have at least 5,000 in my emergency stash spot, and emergency saving account. right? An emergency saving account is pretty much if anything just happen out of nowhere. My car break down, maybe the refrigerator stop working. I'm renting the crib, so the refrigerator stop working. That's on him to come fix it. But really, he don't necessarily have to, because at the end of the day, I'm renting the house, not, and the refrigerator not a part of the crib. It was there when I came. So let's just say the refrigerator stopped working and the landlord like, hey, well, I gave you that refrigerator out the love, really. You know what I'm saying? I have to go get another refrigerator. Or my car break down, my tire blow. You feel me? My phone break. I need communication. I need my phone break. That's for the emergency savings account. I can go up in there and be like, boom, 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 get the money out, get what I need to get fixed, and then what I want to do is I want to put that money back also. So if like I said, my number is 5,000. If my tire blow, let's say a new tire, $100 or whatever, right? So and I take $100 out my, which I don't have in the account. I'm just speaking theoretically, right?
They used to have a Caesar wrench. Caesar wrench down there.
Not that I know of.
Who on it? Nobody.
Nah, I'm shooting a video, and I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. This ain't live. But yeah, I don't know about
the
that.
worst feeling ever, son. And so I feel, look, when I told her, I was like, man, you need to get this salad with chicken strips on there. And I don't get the grilled chicken. Now she like, oh, this shit.
No, I ain't gonna even say that on here. But women. Right. Shout out to my women though.
I think about this. 3 hand-breaded chicken strips laying across your salad.
But it's crispy and you on the diet. You gotta lose something. You gotta stick to the diet. Then you eat that something. It might be good. You feeling bad about it. Right. Gotta have self-control. But basically, yeah. Yeah, man. He going through it, bro. I'm at work, y'all. I'm shooting this video before I start my shift. Well, my shift not already started, but we have a lot of free time, so I'm just shooting a video in my free time. I work 2 p.m. to 6 a.m. I'm trying to do that for 3 months straight, 7 days a week if I can, and just stack up and save. But anyway, so if I take, let's say my number is 5,000 that I want to have in my emergency savings, and the tire blow, right? And I take $100 out the emergency savings, right, to get the tire fixed. You want to put that back, because I feel like with the emergency savings, you want to keep that at a certain number and always keep it at that number, right? Or if you feel like you want to boost it up, you can always boost it up. But you always want to keep a certain amount in emergency savings. The savings account, we don't stop saving. I don't give a damn if you got 50,000 in your account. Okay, if you got 50,000 in your savings account, okay, then you might not need to allocate as much to your savings account when you get paid. Now you can put more money in the stock market, but you still want to save a little something because you want to keep that going up. We want to keep that going up, but you might allocate more money to the stock market or into real estate or back into your business, whatever you're doing, right? So pretty much the company stands for that. That's what Stash and Dough stands for. Making stash and dough. Having stash spots. I just gave you how many? The piggy bank, the shoebox, the emergency savings account, the savings account, the stock market. That's 5 stash spots right there off the bat, right? There's 5 stash spots off the bat that I feel like really everyone should have, right? So, and like I said, a lot of times we're not taught to, first of all, we're not taught to invest. Only thing they tell us is to save, but we're not, to be honest, we're not versed in saving either. We live paycheck to paycheck, right? We struggling. We behind on our bills. We going through so much shit that we can't even save because we don't know how to manage our money right. And it's also what this channel is about. Learning in my brand. Learning, because to start it off, if you don't know how to manage your money, you're not going to have anything, right? No matter how much you're going to make, you're going to spend. So let's dive into that, right? If you watch my previous videos, I'm changing the name of the channel also to my brand name, which is Stash and Dough. But I'm not going to delete my previous videos. So if you go back and watch the previous videos, you may hear me talking about the stock market. I'm going to show you all my assets and things of that nature. Well, let me inform y'all, fam. I'm broke, pretty much. No money in my bank account. Well, the money that got in my bank account is for rent. Rent is due on the 1st. So the money that is in my bank account is for rent. I'm flat out broke. I'm not gonna lie to you. Flat out broke, right? Like, no bread. I have, as far as assets, sold all my assets, right? and spent the money, which has been, I'm broke. Only asset I have is Ethereum right now. I got about 1,500 in Ethereum, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. The only reason I probably still have that is because I staked it, right? And if you don't know what that means, when we get into crypto talk later in some later videos, we'll talk about what staking mean. But the only reason I still have that is because I staked it, which pretty much means I locked it up. I can't sell it or do nothing with it if I wanted to, right? Now, why am I broke, right? So I just went broke after vacation. I went to Florida for a week, and then I went to Louisiana for a week, right? Me and my wife, we're CNAs, we're travel CNAs, so we get paid pretty good. We make around about 21 to 2,200 a week after taxes, right? Every week. So that's pretty good income, right? You know what I mean? But what happened is lifestyle creep, right? Lifestyle creep. What lifestyle creep means is as your income goes up, your lifestyle, your spending goes up, right? And we got pretty much caught up in lifestyle creep. You know, we were spending $300 to $400 a week just on fast food. And I don't eat fast food. I eat at restaurants. But I still consider it fast food, you know, but I eat at restaurants. So we're spending $300 to $400 on fast food. We're pretty much not even cooking. My wife and I have 9 kids. Our kids eating out. We eating out. You know what I mean? And we eat every day, right? Every day. Sometimes we spending $120, $130 or more in one day just on fast food, because you got to think. Lunch, I don't really eat breakfast, but lunch and dinner for us, and we at restaurants, so our meal can be, if we eating together, easily $40, $50, right? Lunch and dinner, and then when my kids get out of school, or if it's the weekend, we order them pizza or burgers or whatever they want. So we're spending so much money on fast food. I was just buying clothes, anything I want, like anything I wanted. If I see something I wanted, I would just buy it, pretty much. I wasn't even really thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, you know, well, I mean, I'm getting right back. I got another 2,200 or 2,100 coming Friday, right? Because we get paid weekly. So, giving out money. You know what I'm saying? Anytime somebody would ask me for money, I would just give it to them. Look, man, keep that. You know what I mean? Because a part of it feel like I don't really, you know, I'm good, and you apparently you need it because you asked me about it. But also, I've had a lot of situations within the past 2 years where people ask for money and borrow money, but they don't pay your money back, or they pay you partial of the money and then just forget about it. You know what I mean? And to keep from me feeling some way and me mad at one of my family members or close friends about some money, I just tell them to keep it. You know what I mean? That way, look, we ain't got to fall out about no money, because I don't believe in falling out with family over money, right? Ego, though, also, you know, I done had situations where, you know, family that asked me for money, and I may have not really had it, but it's like, whatever. I don't want to sound don't got it. I don't want to look like a, you know, I want to look like a boss. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's the image that I put out. I talk about this what I'm passionate about. So I talk about money. I talk about wealth. I talk about saving, stacking. That's what I like to talk about, right? So what it look like you ask me for something, and then I'm like, nah, I ain't got it, right? So all that end up leading me up to pretty much being broke, right? But first of all, I want to say this is the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'm finna tell you why. My wife used to be telling me like, hey honey, let's pick up some extra days, blah, 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 let's do this. And I straight up be like, man, nah, like, for what? We don't need to. We make enough. Our problem is we're not managing our money, which is true. But first of all, it's not true, because what's making enough, right? I'm not a billionaire. What's really making enough, right? So that's not true. And also, the problem with that statement was I would say that, but then wouldn't change our spending habits. We still eating out every week. We still, you know, buying whatever, frivolous spending, giving money away, just fucking off money, right? So the words coming out my mouth wasn't